Welcome to Last Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos, to community fan art, posts, and updates. So without further ado, let's go over these announcements and news from the 7th of April to the 13th. Starting this week's episode off, we did have update 24.7 on PC. This brought us the Atlas Deluxe skin collection, which includes a sparring weapon skin, a Syandana, and of course the deluxe skin itself. There were also 4 new augments, one for Khora, Revenant, Nidus, and Garuda, and a Howl being added to the Wolf Howl emote that you get through Nightwave. There was also an increase to the Tusk Thumper encounter chance and the lowering of the encounter cooldown, and they also converted the Tusk Thumper's health class from Clone Flesh to a more appropriate hulking armor class. There were also many fixes and a number of other changes, all of which can be found in the forum post or in that individual video covering the hotfix. Next up was Hotfix 24.7.1, which provided a short effect that will now appear in the arsenal to help display the secondary energy color. They fixed Warframe helmets not using the primary energy color if defaults are applied, and they also updated the public drop table for the Sentient Wolf to include the Wolf Hammer component blueprints, and increase the drop chance to match the regular Wolf table. They slightly reduced the fog in the Grenier Forest tile set, and swapped mentions of primary, secondary to active and inactive, and made make primary to activate in the Focus Manager UI screen. There were also fixes which are up on your screen. Now, in regards to a number of changes that occurred to the secondary energy color and emissives that were made in the aforementioned 2 hotfixes, DE later released the following statement: "Right to the meat. We are reverting the emissive energy inheriting secondary energy as of the next hotfix. The reason we added this was because we read player feedback indicating disappointment. Secondary energy did nothing on the Warframe itself, so we tried to give it meaning, and now the meaning has swung too far the other way. You can expect a more in-depth color customization to come soon. At least we are experimenting with something really wild. We will be working on giving you former using players even more options. 4 energy customization slots total. Primary and secondary for the Warframe itself, primary and secondary for the Warframe abilities and effects. This means your all red Ember could have blue fire, your green Saren could have orange spores, etc. But it is in the laboratory. Stay tuned for a developer workshop as we work on this. And if you don't use former, you won't be forced to. Your secondary slots would just be the same as primary, so nothing would force a former, etc. Rebecca then followed on Twitter. As with all things development, A, they take time, B, they may not ship, C, they may ship, D, they may look great on paper, etc. So when we make more final stuff to report, we'll share it. We then had the announcement that the deadline for TennoGen Round 16 will be April 15th at 12 PM EDT. Update 24.6.2 has also been sent into certification for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch, so you can expect that soon once it passes certification. It will not include the Atlas Deluxe skin, as that was update 24.7. All the information about that update can be found in the description down below. Now, PlayStation also made it so you can now change your online ID on the PlayStation Network. So, for those wondering about what happens with that, DE said the following. Sony launched the online ID change feature on PSN today. You may have seen mention of Warframe listed as one of the games currently experiencing issues with the feature. To clarify, there is only one minor issue related to the feature. After a change of ID, the online ID from before the change is displayed for clan members. This is only temporary, as the online ID will be updated once the clan member logs into Warframe. If you have any questions regarding online ID changes, please refer to the FAQ posted by Sony. Now, for Xbox players, for Warframe's anniversary, DE has created an Xbox avatar, so if you go into the Xbox store, you can pick this up from now up until April 30th at 2 PM Eastern Time. Next up was the announcement that the Easter for Dummies contest is live, so if you want to participate in that, make sure to have a read of the rules and all the information about the contest. The links will be in the description, just like everything else I talked about here today. We also had DE Bear replying to another thread that was titled "Question about creating skins repost," where DE Bear said, "So I say this for a lot of questions that ask if they can modify game files. Play it safe. Altering the game files is a risky thing, and while some programs on their own are fine and benign, it is not always apparent. If you are injecting copyrighted material into the game, that itself is a big bad no. If you get banned for doing so, then you would have little resources in getting your account back. If I were you, I wouldn't risk altering game files or using .dll injectors at all. Next up was also the announcement that you can now get a number of rewards monthly from having Discord Nitro. So, if you have Discord Nitro, you can pick up the Ash Nitro bundle, which comes with the Ash Warframe, the Deluxe Skin Collection for Ash, the Ghazal Armor Bundle, a Discord exclusive color picker, the Centuria Syandana, and a 7-day Affinity Booster. More information about the pack can be found on the forum post. Now, on the Nintendo livestream from DE last week, we had Rebecca saying that there are close plans for a Khora Deluxe skin right now, and it might possibly be shown in the next dev stream. As for developer tweets, we had a showcase of a room in the Corpus Gas City tileset showing us how the jackals were formed. We also had DE Pablo saying the following to a person asking if we could have a chrome or metallic color palette, where Pablo responded, "I think you want materials, not colors. Would be cool to have material customization, but given how many Warframes, weapons, and skins we have, it would be a gigantic change. So maybe one day, but not anytime soon." Another player was also talking about Twitch drops from the Warframe official streams, where DE Megan replied, "Unfortunately, we can't do Twitch drops until after consoles get the Plains of Eidolon Remaster update. Got some broken code that needs a certification band-aid, but I will keep this in mind." The final developer tweet was from DE Scott in regards to last week's tweet about the Itzel nerf and changes, where Warframe partner Quite Shy said, "If you need to nerf Blink, that's cool, but you gotta give us something in return for it. Buff K-Drive speed, buff overall archwing speed in open world mode, add fast travel for open world, something." Where DE Scott said, "Seems like a reasonable request." Anyway, that does conclude this episode of Last Week in Warframe. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon the series in any way, shape or form, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. And if you do want the glyph of the channel in your game, promo codes are up on your screen right now. You can chuck them into the promo code section on the Warframe website, and you can get the channel glyph. If you missed out on last week's episode, make sure to click the screen right now. It collects the current information that DE Scott has put out in regards to an Itzel change or nerf in regards to Blink. So click the annotation, watch that. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.